welcome. I'm Nikita Singh and you're watching Tech It Out. This week we take a closer look at some fascinating robots from around the world. We also show you the world's tallest 3D printed structure and we bring you expert guidance on safeguarding yourself from cyber fraud. From AI voice cloning to deepfake videos, cyber criminals today are getting smarter and more sophisticated. The dark web is their gold mine, your personal information, their currency. In this era of digital crime, we bring you expert tips to safeguard yourself from future cyber attacks.
Imagine your most personal details, your bank account, phone number or home address exposed online, sold on the dark web or used by strangers to control your life. In today's digital era, the most serious threats are not always visible. However, the reality is that they exist online, hidden in the networks and systems we rely on. From AI voice cloning to deepfake videos, scammers are getting smarter and more sophisticated. But there is a way to fight back and secure your personal data. In this report, we tell you how you can safeguard yourself from cyber attacks. Let's start with the most basic. Should you fall victim to a cyber attack, remember that promptly reporting the incident is key. The first 3 to 4 hours after the fraud are crucial, and for most victims, the delay becomes their biggest mistake.
The immediate reaction after any such incident should be to call 1930. 1930 is a helpline of Ministry of Home Affairs. It's a 24/7 helpline. You should report the transaction IDs, the accounts where you have transferred the money, and then you should request them to block that account immediately. They have the power to block any bank account for 48 hours immediately. Once that bank account is frozen, you will automatically get your money back after 21 days.
Cyber attackers do not wait. Wasting even a minute can lead to a significant monetary loss. And it's precisely in these critical moments that criminals swiftly transfer stolen funds abroad, often leveraging a sophisticated network of what are known as mule accounts.
Normally these criminals, they don't use their own accounts. They use mule accounts. Mule accounts means they will either create account on somebody else's KYC details. We find that it is being created on some farmer in Odisha or some vegetable vendor in West Bengal, and these guys don't know that there is a bank account on their name. Criminals normally operate these accounts remotely. They don't visit bank. When bank will be informed that there is a transaction happened in this bank account and the dispute has been raised, the bank will send a notice to the concerned person. The concerned person will never visit bank because he is a criminal. You will automatically get your money back after 21 days.
If you think it's only the adults who are being scammed, let us tell you, even children are vulnerable to cyber fraud. That seemingly simple game your child is playing can become an open window for cyber criminals.
They can ask you to install an app, either through your kid or anybody who is around you. So they know that if you are sharing your phone with your kids and there are any games in that phone, and these games have chat facilities like PUBG or Roblox, they have chat facilities. Kids normally think that these other players, they are of their same age, but according to a survey, almost 50% of these gamers are senior guys, 25 plus or 30 plus. They target parents' phone through these apps because they know that they can easily create a situation or exploit curiosity of these kids and forcing them to install something.
Social media is no longer just about staying connected. It has become an integral part of our daily lives. While you might feel you're simply scrolling, liking, sharing and posting, remember that every click carries potential risks. Cybercriminals are constantly vigilant, actively waiting for the right moment. One wrong move could mean the loss of your personal information. So the question is, how do you protect yourself from cyber fraud while using social media?
Everybody should do two-factor authentication. And normally people ignore, they don't know that there is a feature, especially to secure your WhatsApp. So go to your WhatsApp settings, there will be an option called accounts, and then you will have two-factor authentication. Click on it. It will ask 6-digit code from you. That 6-digit code should not be your date of birth. It should be some other number which only you know. Nobody else should know about it. Nobody can look into your WhatsApp messages, even if they get the access of your OTP. Second, your social media accounts. For example, Facebook or Instagram. So there are a couple of recommendations for those accounts as well. People normally complain that their Facebook is cloned. Somebody has taken the profile picture, created another account, and now sending requests to their friends. And their friend normally think that, okay, you could have created a new account because of some reason, and they may accept your request. Now, to avoid this with anybody, you should do two settings. One, keep your friend list private. The only reason that criminal is motivated to clone your account because they can see your friend list. And who can see your future post? Only friends. See, your private pictures, your family pictures, your pictures of your house or of your vehicle or gadgets should not be exposed to public forums.
You might assume cyber fraud only stems from carelessness, but that's not always the case. System failures can also lead to fraud. As a consumer, it's important to remember that you have rights in these situations.
RBI Ombudsman is a authority where you can complain against any bank. You can just search on Google RBI Ombudsman. You will have RBI website where there is a section where you can complain against any bank that I have raised my case with this bank and they are not responding, or they have closed this without any investigation, or I'm not happy with the investigation. You can raise that concern, and then the RBI Ombudsman will push that bank to close it with the logical end. Now, these are the powers those are given to consumers, and consumers should know their powers. If I have given my money to the bank and I have transferred this money to some other bank, I have not given cash, bank to bank transfer, then in any situation, the liability should not be on me. Because I have transferred from one bank to another bank. Now it is bank's responsibility to trace my money and give it back to me.
Cybercrime is a silent epidemic. The more you know, the less power fraudsters have over you. Remember, you're not helpless or alone. When you speak up, report faster, and stay alert, you can break the chain.
Watch this video as we take a look at some of the latest, most fascinating robots on the planet.
From lifelike humanoids that flawlessly mimic human expressions to an insect-sized hopping robot, the world of robotics has made truly astonishing leaps. We bring to you few robotech innovations that caught our attention. Do you enjoy watching boxing matches? Forget humans. Look at these two robots throwing punches at each other. Just like professional boxers, not only can they move their legs, swing their arms, and land punches, but they can get hurt as well. Their rigorous daily training means they've sustained their own injuries. Not serious ones, but rather the minor scratches and dents that tell tales of their high-intensity routines.
Each time the robot attacks, the force can be quite strong. We test the robot's stability by subjecting it to harsh impacts, and we have designed programs to protect the key components like the skeleton and structural parts. While the scratches may appear, the functionality and operation remain intact.
Unitary Robotics, a China-based tech company, used motion capture technology to teach these robots 8 basic boxing moves and several other combinations. Their impressive skills were recently showcased in a live-streamed boxing competition, marking the world's first combat sports event featuring humanoid robots. We live in a world where robots are increasingly becoming human-like. From having lifelike skin and mimicking facial expressions to recognizing complex human emotions. These humanoids are versatile and truly fascinating. Meet Zia Lan, an elderly care robot from China with a very realistic human face. She is capable of mimicking at least 22 different human expressions. Zia Lan can even recognize human emotions.
Both of its eyes are equipped with cameras, allowing it to track eye movements, lock onto targets, and even recognize human emotions. Its head contains 29 electric motors, enabling it to perform nearly all of the expressions that humans can make.
Now, let's look at Ameika, another cutting-edge humanoid robot, this time from the UK. She can easily communicate with people thanks to her incredibly genuine human expressions. Ameika uses AI and machine learning to communicate and express emotions.
My face features custom-made, hand-painted eyes with high-resolution cameras.
Look at this cute-looking bright orange robot, Mirokai. It is capable of engaging with people in real time using its virtual facial interface. Mirokai's primary role is companionship, offering potential as a social therapy device, especially in the medical sector. Scientists from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, have developed bug-sized robots that could potentially revolutionize farming. These tiny robots are designed for artificial pollination, making them especially valuable in high-tech vertical farms.
The great things about this robot is that it can traverse various terrain. That's because the controller is generalized enough, so as long as the robot doesn't slip, the controller should be able to handle most surfaces. In the very extreme case where the robots encounter challenging terrains like a steep surface, it can still fly over it if it's needed.
The tiny robots weigh just 0.8 grams, which is less than a paperclip. Moreover, they can stay in the air for about 1,000 seconds. That's around 17 minutes of flight time. These tiny robots can leap 4 times their own height while consuming 60% less energy than other aerial robots. At a time when air quality is deteriorating globally, this autonomous robot is everything we need. Developed by Glasgow's Innova Nanojet, this smart air purifying robot shoots out a mist to create a powerful slipstream. This innovative process actively removes viruses and airborne particles from the air.
We clean the air with water only. So what we're doing is our technology creates nano droplets of water, starting the size of a virus up to the size of a human hair. This combination of nano droplets, it goes into the air and trillions of nano droplets of water in the air. Normal water, even if it's a tiny drop, it creates a slipstream and it pushes the virus or particle out of the way.
The robot will be available for sale later this year.
3D printing has moved from concept to concrete, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in manufacturing and construction. Join us as we journey to Switzerland to witness the world's tallest 3D printed building, a true marvel of modern engineering.
It was just a few years ago when 3D printing was considered novelty. Today it's revolutionizing the way we create things. It can be used to make lots of things: toys, clothes, food and furniture. What's even more interesting, it can even construct buildings and make homes. This is Tor Alva, the world's tallest 3D printed structure. Located in Moulins, a small village in Suzes region in Switzerland. The name Tor Alva means White Tower in Romansh, a regional Swiss language. Look closely. The tower looks like an ornate layered cake. The developers say the idea was to pay homage to the region's rich history of confectioners.
Tor Alva is a 30-meter tall 3D printed concrete tower in the small village of Moulins on the Julier Pass near St. Moritz in Switzerland. That tower is actually a multi-story building, 4 stories, consists of the respective floors and 32 3D printed concrete columns.
Built by ETH Zurich and the Oregon Cultural Foundation, Tor Alva isn't just a building. It has been designed specifically to serve as a cultural hub. And its crowning glory? The open domed hall on the top floor. So how do you print a 3D structure? A robot printer shoots lumps of building material. Lumps bond together on impact and gradually form a wall. The impact printing technique not only helps save time and money, but also mitigates damage to the environment. Unlike traditional 3D printing, there is no need to wait for the previous layer to dry before the next can be applied. That allows for more efficient construction. Moreover, the process is designed to make sustainable building materials more cost competitive.
That we really managed to integrate the reinforcement in the 3D printed concrete such that it actually works like conventional reinforced concrete, although by its nature it's quite different. On the material side, it's the mix that we're using, which is a 3-component mix where we add a viscosity enhancer and an accelerator to the pumped mortar only at the nozzle. So the viscosity enhancer keeping the concrete from flowing just down, and the accelerator ensuring sufficient strength build-up until the printhead returns, and then also for the subsequent layers of concrete so that the structure doesn't collapse. And the third is on the robotic level, where we managed to achieve a fully robotic integration of the transverse interlayer reinforcement during the print process.
From simple objects to towering structures like Tor Alva, 3D printing is rapidly reshaping our world. The hope is that 3D printed structures, which are quicker to build than traditional buildings and use less concrete, could help solve housing shortages around the world.
The future of transport is here. Many countries are testing autonomous cars, and Germany is one of them. The country is testing self-driving vehicles for their public system. In this video, we take a look inside this groundbreaking initiative.
Perhaps up until a few years ago, imagining a car with no driver would have seemed like a mind-blowing proposition. It still is. But the captivating vision of self-driving vehicles is turning out to be the defining feature of future mobility. Several countries are extensively testing self-driving cars on public roads. Germany is one of them. The European country is testing driverless vehicles as part of its public transport system. And they've selected Langen, a town just south of Frankfurt, as the first place in Germany where commuters can experience self-driving cars.
It was really remarkable. I felt very safe on the journey. We just drove to Langen railway station. The safety driver, who was with us, basically just had to turn on the indicator once. You can follow what DAI sees on the display. It's a very careful, cautious driver. So it really was a premiere for me today, and I felt very safe on the journey.
The Autonomous Car Initiative is part of a government-funded project called Kira. Soon, 6 more autonomous shuttles will hit the streets of the Rhine-Main metropolitan. And the coolest part, local residents will get a chance to be test riders, summoning these high-tech shuttles on demand with a dedicated mobile app.
We want to be able to offer an alternative to local public transport by 2030, especially in rural areas. What is the situation? Today, we only run a handful of buses a day, and often none at all during weekends. And if our buses don't come because we have a shortage of staff, then that is simply a failure of the state, locals tell me. We have a great responsibility for the rural areas in the region, in the development of equal living spaces, and the connection of rural areas to the urban centers. And this way, we can offer 24/7 transport services, and not just 5 or 6 times a day, Monday to Friday, but 24/7 to every public transport hotspot, or from A to B, with autonomous services.
Kira's self-driving vehicles are powered by cutting-edge autonomous driving system developed by Mobile iDrive, an Israeli tech company. This sophisticated system merges cameras, radar, and LiDAR sensors with real-time driving data to navigate seamlessly.
You have to walk a maximum of 100 or 200 meters from any location to the pickup point, and if the density of vehicles is high enough, the vehicle simply comes to where you are and you don't have to walk at all to be picked up.
Meanwhile, to ensure safety, a team of technical specialists will be deployed at all times to assist passengers on board in case of an emergency. Passengers can simply press a button inside the vehicle to contact them instantly. The driverless future is no longer a distant dream. Autonomous vehicles are poised to redefine how we travel, promising enhanced safety and round-the-clock convenience. So are you ready to press the button and let AI take the wheel?
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. Keep watching WION World is One and don't forget to follow us on social media. This is Nikita Singh taking your leave. See you next week.